Wagwan, it's your boy Hype to the DARDO. Dado is my name, and this is The Real Edits. Welcome to another part of this video where we continue with Nick Shirley's investigation on fraud in Minnesota, which is very interesting. Na penye tumefika, someone has decided to become so very defensive, and he has brought in race, and which is very interesting to see, because he sounds very rattled, you know, and this is very interesting, man. Yani, it's very interesting to see, man. It's very, very sad to see that there are so many Africans in the US, and a few have decided to engage in Nini, and now they feel like, you know, like they are being discriminated, but simple questions are being asked. Rada ni gani, but you can't explain it. So we are going to go to the video as fast as we can. Atundele na shughuli.
Sensationalize.
Wow, you're very nice.
Out of my neighborhood.
Very nice.
So why is he angry?
Get the f out of our
Sir,
neighborhood.
can you tell me where the transportation
Get the f out of
company
our neighborhood. We don't want you here. Get the f out of here.
Why is he getting angry?
is? Calm down, sir.
Get the f out of here.
Sir, this is
You
about
want to
fraud.
sensationalize? You wanted clicks?
You're
You got clicks.
sensationalizing yourself,
You
sir.
wanted clicks?
You're
You
sensationalizing
got
yourself.
clicks. You wanted clicks? You wanted the YouTube?
Tell me where the
You
transportation
wanted
vehicle
YouTube
is.
clicks? You got YouTube clicks. Now get the f out of our community.
Tell me where the transportation.
I didn't have to get angry and start getting, you know, an insultive, like insultive. Yeah.
Out of our community.
Tell me where the.
You
This is about
racist
fraud.
motherfucker.
This is.
Say I don't want
This is
Muslims
about
here.
fraud.
Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it. Say
I'm
I
not-
want to change the constitution.
No.
Me, there is one thing about. Okay, now this is getting Jama Abambi. He's just, sorry to say, but this is a very immature reaction of him, right? Like, you just explain, just answer a question. It's not about race, it's not about religion. It's all about fraud, man. Yeah.
I don't
And I
want
want
to
to
change the
change freedom of
constitution.
religion, and I don't want Muslim Somalis in Minnesota. Kick them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me.
Relax.
That is what you are
Sir,
arguing for.
we're not talking.
Change the constitution.
This is about fraud.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Get the fuck out of our community.
This is about fraud.
Fuck out of our community. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Stupid fucking idiot.
Tell me where the transportation company is then.
Get the fuck out of here.
Obviously.
Yo, you guys are very interesting, man, from Minnesota, man. And utapata there are some other white people here that from the state that are supporting this, man. I don't know. Okay, it's a free country. Like, you can do whatever you want, but we at the end of the day, accountability matters, man. Yeah, you can't support fraud when you see it. Ukiona kwa macho, you know, as much as it sounds nini. Because at the end of the day, a simple question, umeulizwa, where are the transportation companies? But if you can't explain, wachana hiyo story, sema yenyewe jo, yenyewe hapa kuna maswali za kujibu.
For this video, we had to get security because look at this now. All right, we're going. But there is no transportation company in there. Fraud. There were no transportation companies.
No, none.
That's a very interesting reaction from them.
This isn't about race.
Because I believe, kama unajua unafanya kitu legit, you won't react like that.
Race isn't against religion. This is about fraud. We're fighting fraud here. We're not fighting a race.
Well, and this is what happens when you put a spotlight on fraud. The people who are benefiting become extremely violent, and the Somalis are the most violent people I have ever met in my whole life.
Because he couldn't answer the question. Where was the transportation company?
He wouldn't answer the question. All he did was make it about race and then issue threats.
Neither business was there or operating, and giving a very conservative estimate based off of David's numbers and other numbers online, it's fair to say each business is operating with an average of 20 vehicles and with a much lower and generous rate of $25 per trip, and with 10 alleged
Interesting, hata hapo nje hatujaona hizo gari za hiyo kampuni. That's very interesting, eh? Hatujaona nini za hiyo kampuni.
trips a day. Each business is pulling an estimate of $1.3 million in gross revenue, and with those two locations alone, there's over $2.6 million in estimated fraud.
All right, we're going to the next location.
What's interesting
2.6 million. Unajua ni pesa ngapi? Hiyo ni 200 million in Kenya. Have you imagine Somalia ni pesa ngapi?
interesting, Nick, is that one of
And funny thing, these people are not even investing in their country. That's the other thing. Like mnaiba do, but you're not investing in your country. You're not even building your country. Country you're investing in other countries. You know? Like you're investing, unapata wana invest in Kenya, wana invest in other African countries zenye ziko nini. So they are still not benefiting 100% from it. Because sasa if this story imepatikana, if they decide to follow the money and find imespendiwa huku Kenya, umeshika ikispendi, when it's spent, alafu you know how the US government works, it will follow the money and they decide to seize the property or where it has been invested. So who goes on a loss? It doesn't make sense, man.
One of the places we just visited, the 617 Cedar Avenue South, that's for Dreamline Transportation. That's the address listed with the state of Minnesota. But the place that we're going right now is going to have vans that say Dreamline Transportation on them, but they haven't moved in months and months. You'll see they're covered with snow. There will be no tire tracks. And so why are they using this address? And all that was in there was a liquor store. And he told us to talk to the guy next door, and those were all just mailboxes. And then the guy next door said, go talk to him. I said, we just talked to him. Obviously, the cover up, and you see how they all stick together, and it's all this intimidation. And thank God we had the security we did there, because that would have been bad.
Now we're outside of this transportation vehicle company right here.
Yeah, and so you can see these are the vans that say Dreamline. You can see the sticker on the window.
Yeah, for this at least kuna vans. That I can acknowledge. At least you can see the vans there.
And the numbers on the rear. None of these vehicles have moved in 8 months. I've been taking date stamp photos. All these vehicles are in the exact same spot they were 8 months ago. And look, there's no tire tracks, so they haven't moved.
And this van as well, this is Dreamline. Dreamline was the location where we got chased out from the Somalis on 617 Cedar. And this is a vehicle from Dreamline that actually didn't even exist. It was a liquor store, and now it's here, and the vans haven't moved at all. Literally, no vans and no tire tracks anywhere. If these vans are being used to transport people, whether it be healthcare,
zimepakiwa kwingine,
childcare, there would be snow tracks. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 vehicles here. No snow tracks anywhere. These vehicles are not being used, and these transportation companies are making lots of money. Meanwhile, there's actually nothing to show for it. Here's all of the vehicles right here. And the vehicles that are coming in and out, like this Toyota, it does not have anything to do with transportation company because there's no stickers on it and there's snow tracks. But the vehicles that are supposed to be used for transportation are literally locked in. Snow is building icicles. No one's even came out to remove the snow off the window. These transportation vehicles are not moving. And then right here.
Haya ni interesting sana. So the office is somewhere different. They are parked different. Na pia yenyewe ukiangalia, there's no build up on the cars. It looks like ni kama gari kona vumbi. You know, inakanika ijaisonga because it has even icicles. So hata one day inafaa kuonesha hii gari ilisonga. Mashika, but interesting.
David has more paperwork for Silver Mountain. And there's 3 different companies in the same address.
Yeah.
So when we talk about how all these
3 different companies in the same address. Silver Mountain, Silver. Interesting. Same name, but
different companies in the same address.
Yeah.
So when we talk about how all these companies are intertwined, this is a perfect example of that.
And this is why these transportation companies are so essential to the fraud in Minnesota, because they allow the fraud to be supported, as the majority of the fraud is from welfare programs like daycares, autism centers, and adult daycares, and healthcare services. They need to leave a paper trail to make it look like something is happening. Therefore, they use these transportation companies to create that paper trail by saying they are moving people from an adult daycare to a healthcare provider, for example, but they actually never provide the service at the healthcare provider. but that paper trail allows them to continue to bill the state for the money and everyone gets paid. That's why this fraud is so deep and hard to dismantle, because quite literally everyone is involved.
Kila mtu ako kwa payroll buda.
And it's all because the state of Minnesota never checks.
All right, so this is actually the location for Silver Mountain Inc., LLC, and Co. Let's see if any... Yes, we're wondering where Silver Mountain.
Silver Mountain?
Silver Mountain.
Oh, I don't know that. Where it is.
It says
Yo, hey, I don't know where it is.
2722 Park Avenue.
All of you, get out of here.
Where
Is
is
Silver Mountain here?
Silver Mountain. You don't have a permission to do that.
Okay,
You
so
were
Silver
ju-
Mountain does not exist.
You were
No, the name,
doing.
the
I don't
name's
give a
not,
shit.
the name's
I
not
don't-
Silver
don't-
Mountain, it's just Silver
Don't
Mountain Home
ask me
Healthcare.
that. When you come.
All right,
So
sir.
Silver
Well,
Mountain-
so
This
Silver,
is not a waste.
so
That's
Silver
the
Mountain
way
does
to
not
make a
exist.
business.
2722
You're making a business.
Park
You have
Avenue.
millions of people watching.
Yo, this guy has been asked, Vizuri, do you know this one? He has said he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Now, this guy is becoming rowdy. Why? Kama unafanya kitu legit, why become so rowdy and defensive?
Making business to
Okay,
600
sir.
people.
2722.
you have millions of people watching right
Yes.
now. Where is Silver Mountain
I don't
Home
know where
Healthcare?
Silver Mountain is.
Yo, nini inafaa niangalie hii kitu jo. Watu jo. I don't know if they are doing that because they are angry. Wanasema hawajui because now they are angry about it, but hapana.
Okay, well that's what we're looking for. All right, we're moving on.
Sitting there.
So Silver Mountain does not exist. David, we're just simply asking for where is Silver Mountain Home
Can't
Healthcare?
find any of these companies. I mean, this is shocking. 3 companies are supposed to be in that building, and he's never heard of them. He doesn't know anything about them.
And look, so they don't exist there. Right there, Somali Senior Center and Adult Day Services, a daycare right there. All these welfare companies are in the same location, but their businesses, that business didn't even exist.
It's all fraud, all of it.
So right there is a
Ni crazy, man. Ni crazy.
transportation company, no passenger, just a driver. How come you think when it comes time to take accountability for what's happening, or just to answer a simple question?
Okay, hapo penye gari haina passenger. Maybe ametoka kudrop and all that. So that one we can't nini sana about it. But the fact that you go to somewhere and someone just says they don't know and then become angry when you ask them, then that shows a lot. You need red flag ingine kubwa kuruka.
About the fraud they can't answer.
Well, I think their reaction tells you all you need to know. The reaction is so violent that if there was no fraud going on, they would say, what are you talking about? They would have a civil conversation.
Yeah, that's true. Kama unajua unafanya kitu legit, you'll always have a civil conversation. Sema, okay, here is the business, these are our papers, everything. This is where una normalize your story. Because pia unataka ku-market business yako. Nikshali has a very big following. So you like to prove him wrong and maybe even market your business. So...
But they can't because they know we're shining the light on the fraud and they have no defense. So in their mind, being loud and using profanity is their only defense.
Because I'm trying to give them the opportunity to say, where are the transportation companies? Where are the daycare? Where are the children? Where are the companies now? Yet they can't answer.
And to this point, Nick, the transportation companies we've been to, we haven't seen a single vehicle at any of them. In fact, some don't even exist. We can't even find them. We're going to the addresses that are listed on the Secretary of State's website as their business address.
This is a massive parking lot here. We're gonna go ask them where their vehicles are. They should not have any excuse as to why they don't have their vehicles here, other than if they are out driving right now. And what's the story behind this business?
Well, this business is new as of March of 2024. It's Muhammad Malim is the registered agent for 713 Minnehaha Avenue East.
Me and David headed into this building, however, the owner was not there.
We're here at the suite of Epimonia Transport LLC. There's actually not even a sign here. And anyone here. It looks like there's a guy over here. Let's see if we can talk to him really quick. Do you know about Epimonnia transport here?
So there was a transportation company here in 305 for a long time, even before I joined the building a few years ago. He's never really here. I've seen the office a couple times. There's barely anything in there but a couch. And then I see him maybe twice a month at IF, so.
And there's no transport vehicles outside. Massive parking lot, but no transport.
I've never seen one. I've been here for 3 years and I'm always here. I'm a workaholic. I'm just nonstop here, so I know everybody in the building. And this specific space here is probably the most sketchy out of any other business here. Everyone else is here. They're friendlier. He just pops in and out.
For instance, this guy Muhammad, he should have his business in 308. There should be transportation vehicles outside. There's nothing.
That's weird that you say 308 because he's always been in 305 for the last 3 years.
Wow, so he's even lying on his public records.
I don't know if the guy is lying, but at the end of the day, that's very weird, man. That's super weird, man.
With the government.
I would assume if he was to make and doing fraud, it makes sense to switch it up and throw people off track. It would be the first thing somebody would do, I would think.
So since the fraud has started...
Now tuna count 5 million. 5 million inapotea. 5 million inapotea kila financial year. Hey.
To be exposed, Muhammad has left the scene, and that guy just said, he confirmed that there has never even been transportation vehicles outside. So Muhammad has completely left the scene. He's nowhere to be found, and this parking lot, massive parking lot, actually never even had any transport vehicles according to the guy who lived or had his office next to Muhammad. How quick do you think the fraud would dry out here in Minnesota if they were to cut out the transportation side of the fraud?
I think it would have a...
I think history yote ya welfare in Minnesota, man, it needs to be nini kwanza. Inafaa tu enye hata venye Trump halt. Najua what some people who are doing legit businesses will suffer, but first it needs to be halted so that they can see ndo scrutinize vizuri. Ndo weze kudeal na hizi nini kwanza, because that's a lot of money, man. Na Kenya ujua hatuna hii welfare nini, so una believe what if we had this welfare thing in Kenya? Kama sahi tuko na like kama sahi like fraud corruption happens in a very scale ingine crazy, right? And what if we had them like si tungekuwa tu yani tu sahi si tu noma.
Massive effect, and that the signal that would send would let people know the party's over.
Because if me and you were to go to the doctor, we either have to find a family member, drive ourselves, or pay for an Uber. How come they even have this set up?
Yeah, I tried to arrange a ride with one of these Somali transportation companies. They said they were all full. So now we're at 2833 13th Avenue South in Minneapolis. And there's supposed to be a non-emergency medical transportation company here called Advanced Mobility Incorporated. And what's interesting about this company is that state records show that it first registered with the state of Minnesota in 1999.
And they have been in business for over 26 years.
Yes, correct.
And so we're gonna go inside.
They must have a lot of vehicles.
So this is Advanced Mobility 2833. Boarded up. All these windows are covered right here. We're gonna see if we can go inside. There's a bunch of shops in here. We have money transferring shop. We got clothes in here. There's a coffee shop. Let's see if Advanced Mobility is in here. We got spices. Is Advanced Mobility here?
You know 224?
I don't think you guys are allowed to record it.
Do you know where Advanced Mobility is?
Suite 224.
She's recording over there, so. Suite 224. Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is? Do you guys know where Advanced Mobility is?
Advanced Mobility?
Yeah, we're looking for it. Never heard of it?
What is this? What is that?
Jamaa shajibu lakini sasa ameona ine recording jo.
Oh, my name is Nick Shirley. We're just looking for Advanced Mobility. Where's Advanced Mobility at?
We don't care about Advanced Mobility.
That's what we're asking for. All right, we're looking for advanced mobility. Nobody can help us right now.
So even you realize who he is, now they are acting up. But then there is a lot of watu wanaiba si ati nini. Inayo wanaiba. Inayo.
We got a whole group of people trying to get us out of here. We're looking for advanced mobility.
If they don't get, then that means that inaonesha tu. Hii ni red flag enough to show that these guys are just wanaiba venye wanataka.
Advanced mobility doesn't exist.
Get the fuck out here, man. Get out. You need to get out. Get out.
Now they're pushing us out of here.
Get out.
Where's advanced mobility at?
We don't care about advanced mobility.
That's what we're asking for.
Get out. Get out.
Would you like to give a statement on where advanced mobility is?
Nope. Go ahead. Get out. We don't care.
So advanced mobility is not anywhere here. We're leaving, sir. Would you like to give a statement on what's happening here in Minnesota?
You make stuff up. This is
How is it making stuff up?
a lie. I don't care. Who do you work for? Who do you work for? No, who do you work for?
Nick Shirley.
Who do you work
This
for?
is Nick Shirley,
I don't
sir.
care about Nick Shirley. That's you.
Yes, sir.
But who do you work for?
For Nick Shirley.
I don't care about Nick Shirley.
That's who he's working for today, Nick Shirley.
This is from the
we
state
don't
of
care. We don't care
Minnesota.
about that.
Yo, them acting up, meshikwa. They have been caught red-handed.
And see, you guys say I can't film, but look at you guys filming. You can do that. You can film here.
Advanced mobility doesn't exist.
Well, so what was interesting
Technically, it
was
doesn't.
we walked in there,
Obviously.
and on the state's website, it says it's in Suite 224, but it's a one-story building. None of the suites had the number 2 on them. It doesn't exist. And it's been registered since 1999, and it doesn't exist.
All right, next location. David, where are we at?
We're at what's called Ray's, R-A-Y-Z Transportation, LLC.
And it takes some kind of Gen Z to come and hey, Buddha. Ona Kenya tulifanyia Morara decided to do that, and he was people, everybody turned against him. But in the US, sir.
And this is Ray's Transportation. We're on a street. There's no parking lot for any transportation vehicle.
Imagine in the US kuna ibo hivi. Like this is like people are fraudulently niniman. This is the US. One of the superpowers, one of the most advanced countries in the world. Imagine this was happening in Africa or in Kenya. Imagine this was happening in Kenya. Like we are losing money like this. Imagine.
We'll see what happens.
This is the address for Ray's Transportation. Let's see if anybody is here. Is Ray's Transportation here, sir?
I don't know. Transportation place. There's no transportation places here.
Oh. Okay, well,
It's just
Healthcare places.
R-A-Y-Z.
well, I think it's confirmed they're not here, David. So it's confirmed that Ray Transportation, all of these transportation companies, they're kind of like ghost companies. They exist on paper, but they don't actually exist.
Ile pesa sahi tumefika $7.8 million. That's 700 million Kenya shillings.
In person.
Would you like to see anybody in the government here held accountable?
Most definitely, because there can definitely be an allocation of funds.
And what's your message to Tim Walz?
Make a change, because there's definitely, even when it comes down to like the kids and stuff, there's definitely stuff that like we need spaces for the things that are going on that they're not doing. We need these type of spaces for it. Now this is some crazy stuff, but I'm glad that you bringing light to it. It is a crazy, interesting situation.
Hey, what's up? What you got going on, man? Hey,
Hey.
you keep the false narrative that you be going on. It's a nonsense.
you should get in your car, 'cause
you
there's-
should not be doing that, right? You are creating misinformation. This is not fair. It's not fair for the American people to be doing that.
Yo, what's the problem with this guy?
For
It's
fraud to
not
be happening?
fair. It's not fair what you mean. You cannot be doing that. You're not being fair.
How?
This country is built on fairness. You're not being fair.
Yeah,
You
so-
cannot come into the community and be doing that.
So we shouldn't allow fraud to be happening, right?
Let the legal system do its job.
Nah, if it's not doing its job, what else? The constitution imepatia, I believe the constitution imepatia nini citizens the right to call out to call out vitu mbaya zina happen.
We got a governor, we got an attorney general. Let them do the job. You're not in a position to do the job. You're not a prosecutor. If you want to run for office, go ahead, run for office. But you
No, he doesn't want to run for office. Him is just
cannot be doing this. This is misinformation.
how is it?
This is information.
How is it misinformation, sir? It's from the
This is what you're doing.
state
You're
of
coming
Minnesota.
You're coming everywhere. Where you coming from?
You see what I mean? We're talking about the facts that's happening here.
You can't. It's south side. It's my turf. Get it.
Sir, so we were just having a civil conversation. That guy hopped out of his car in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road about the fraud that's happening. And he's saying that I'm the bad guy for showing light of what's happening here.
They're passionate. They're passionate people. They don't want this type of stuff either going on or be brought to light. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna it's a very tight knit community.
You saw it firsthand how crazy it gets out here. He hopped out in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah, I'll say.
So this isn't about race. You're a black guy. They're black, right? We don't have no ill feelings towards you by any means. We're talking about the fraud that's happening. So God bless you, sir, and thank you very much. Why are we doing this?
Where? Yeah, that's what I mean, Uliza. Other people are black. They are not the only black people in Somalia, in the US. So, like, why should you act up when something happens, right? When someone is trying to why are you acting up, man? Furthermore, I don't know like, yo, we can prove you wrong that this does not happen here. But una act up, unajaribu kutuonesha ati yo venye sasa ati sasa ati weni nini. Genje.
So we're doing this, A, because it's the right thing to do. The people of Minnesota and the people of America want this done. Fraud is fraud. And when we try and talk with these people and say, look, the main reason we're doing this is to find out why are all these checks being written by the state of Minnesota for companies that don't even exist. That's what we're trying to figure out.
So mimi nataka kuuliza, what if it was a black person doing it? Okay, he's a white guy, so when it's a white guy doing it, now it becomes it's racism. What if it was a black guy doing the nini? Will they act up like that? Because they sound so insecure.
Not a race issue, it's a fraud issue, and fraud is fraud.
And so what most people don't understand about this fraud is it is literally in the entire state of Minnesota. It's not just in one part of Minneapolis.
Right, and so I think what happens is the people in the suburbs of Minneapolis and St. Paul, they get lulled into a false sense of security because they say, oh, that's in Minneapolis, it doesn't affect us, or that's in St. Paul. And we're showing that
this is just one place. One I don't know, I can call it a district or one area. So imagine
this fraud spreads throughout the entire state of Minnesota, including all of the suburbs, and we're going to bring to light exactly what's going on in those respective suburbs.
And so what's happening in this suburb of St. Louis Park?
Well, this is one of the Somali NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation companies that's registered with the state of Minnesota in St. Louis Park. And so let's see if this one actually exists.
This is the location of Crescent Transportation. We have no vans outside right now. Does not look like any vans are outside. Let's go inside, see if Crescent Transportation exists. Here we are, and it's an apartment complex. There's no signage of any.
Yo, I see how they will escape from this one, or they will. So do you how they will funikia this one, or they will cover up this one? I don't know.
Crescent Transportation Company, once again, another fraudulent business where they don't even have a storefront to show where they're at. This is an apartment complex. So this is an apartment complex right here?
Yeah.
And have you ever seen Crescent Transportation out here?
Nope.
And what do you think about the fraud taking place here in Minnesota?
Huh? I'm a taxpayer. I don't like it.
What's your message to all the fraudsters?
Huh? Prosecute their ass. Take them to jail.
And how do you feel knowing that, for instance, right here, a transportation company that receives money from the government is not even here? It's an apartment complex.
I just said, I don't like it. I'm a taxpayer. I work hard for my money. People out here fraud, they should go to jail.
And should Tim Walz go to jail?
Oh, he cricket too, huh? All them cricket, all the politicians. My daddy ain't never liked none of them.
So that man right there just confirmed that this is an apartment complex.
I like how black men talk, man. I like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. He cricket. I don't like it.
Right, and so
we had $9 million. Almost 1 billion.
cities have specific rules governing operating businesses out of apartments. They do
Almost 1 billion Kenya shillings.
do not allow transportation companies to park vehicles in an apartment parking lot. None of the cities in the Twin Cities allow that.
Because even if you were to be running a transportation company out of your apartment, there's nowhere to park the cars.
Well, where are they? There aren't any. Crescent, I don't see anything with Crescent on it anywhere.
Yeah, that's very sneaky. Yeah, it makes sense at all. But
More fraud taking place here.
Yeah. That one I can agree. That was part 2. And up to now, we have just seen the one for the dream, the cars. We have seen the cars, but all of those buildings to Menda, we have not seen any posters showing that this is a business for this. Like they don't exist. So how are they going to cover this one up? I want to see, because ile childcare, they kind of played with it, made it political, then it became an issue. Now they wakageuzia mjama. So I want to see how they will come out of this, because this one is very interesting. So that one was part 2 for you. Wait for part 3, man. This the real edits, and I'm happy to the BARDO. That is my name. And remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment. And also remember, it's all about content.